So next up we got David to talk about investing in NFTs for today and tomorrow. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey everyone, morning. Let me just make sure this clicker works. Okay, great. So hey, morning everyone. My name's David Hsiao, Godfather on Twitter. You can follow me if you want to scan this QR code. So just a little bit about myself before getting started. I started a crypto consultancy and a media company called Block Journal about 6 years ago. Been dabbling with cryptos and NFTs ever since. Today I'll be talking a little bit about investing in NFTs today and tomorrow. We're going to cover sort of the past year in NFTs, how we got here, and maybe discuss how to navigate the market moving forward. So if you're sitting here listening, I'm assuming you're either into NFTs, art, making money, or a combination of the above. Today we'll focus on talking about investing and how to understand this business. I'll touch on the last year and then maybe a little bit about the future. So let's get started. I know it's basically been only a year since NFTs really started picking up, but to try to understand where NFTs are going, we should take a quick look at how we got here in the first place. The NFT as art business essentially started June last year, about 5 years ago. 5 years ago from today, when Larva Labs launched CryptoPunks. It was the first of its kind, a 10,000 generative project with pixelated faces, as you see over there. The example you see here is Punk 6529, which is quite a well-known one. It's got a few simple traits. One, it's a male, has shadow beard, hoodie, nerd glasses, and frowning. This trait generation system sort of laid the groundwork for the rest of the NFTs that came later on throughout this last year. Okay, so how do we get here? First came CryptoPunks, right? And then anyone else here remember CryptoKitties? Maybe 2017, quite a while ago. So punks are largely credited with being the original NFT. Without them, we probably all wouldn't be sitting here today, actually. Like most new techs, NFTs weren't really noticed or talked about until early last year. So we have in January. Does anyone here follow NBA Top Shot? This was like yeah, a lot of basketball fans here. This was my first venture into NFTs too. I started buying these. What they would do is they had these packs of NBA cards and moments that come out. They sold for about $10-$20. People would buy these packs and you get a random assortment of NBA cards. So there would be rare ones or common ones, and I think this is also this sort of became what the NFT business is like today, where people buy NFTs and you hope to get lucky and get a rare one, right? So after that, like all things in this business, things move really quickly. Because a month later, the digital art scene really blew up when this piece by Beeple, first 5,000 days, sold for about $69 million at the Christie's auction. This marked the first time that NFTs really made global headlines and turned people's attention to digital art. And of course, only a month later, we have the Rolls Royce of NFTs, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yuga Labs releases Bored Ape Yacht Club, selling at about 0.08 ETH, which is about $300 at the time. If you missed out on that, don't worry, you can still get one now for about 100K. 2 months ago, it was about 400K. So in the one year of existence, they became a multi-billion-dollar brand. They built their own ape token, and they're now working on a metaverse. If there's anyone leading this space currently, I'd have to say it's Yuga Labs and Bored Ape. They've really set the standard for all NFTs going forward. I wish I had more time to talk about Bored Apes too, but only got a few minutes here. So next up comes summer 2021. This is when things started to really get hot. People started noticing NFTs, volumes hit all-time highs, and prices were all rising. So celebrities started hopping in, Snoop Dogg, Jimmy Fallon, Eminem, and things just really went crazy this past year. In the summer, we also see a lot of popular projects today like Doodles and Cool Cats pop up around this time. And that gets us to today. In the last year alone, tens of thousands of NFT projects have popped up. There's probably a few hundred new ones every day. Every animal, goblin, creature you can imagine has been turned into an NFT by now. What started with a collection of pixel punks has quickly grown to what we have today, where we're all here, I think. A lot of people called it a scam. Many people have dedicated their whole lives towards this business. I think, like the last speaker, I think we're still at the very beginning. So let's talk about NFTs today. Where are we? I think NFTs grew really fast, possibly too fast. And from the hyper growth comes a lot of problems with it. The reason I chose this Bored Ape with the helmet on is a message to kind of get buckled up and ready, because I think things are about to get worse for a little while. But we'll be okay. So the first issue. Right now, as investors, we're seeing declining price and volume. If you've been in crypto or investing for a while, we all know that with declining volume, tends to come declining price too. OpenSea was doing about $5 billion in volume in the last few months, and then last month I believe it did about 200 million. So we're down in volume. We're down about more than 10x, which is pretty bad, right? And then we look at blue chip NFTs like Bored Apes, and they've all been decreasing. Bored Ape in April was around $420,000 or 150 ETH. Today it's about 100 ETH and $100,000. So yeah, quite a steep decline. The problem for investors is that we happen to have hit a bearish trend with crypto prices too. So not only are NFT prices going down in ETH value, but also ETH dollar value has dropped significantly, more than 70% this year alone. On the bright side, these conditions shouldn't be anything new to people who've been in crypto for a while. Market conditions are always cyclical, and nothing goes up forever. It's something to keep in mind. Next problem we have, oversupply. Raise your hand if you think there's too many NFTs now where you can't even keep track of them, right? So I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that. When any industry gets hot, people start rushing in and they try to get a share of the pie, right? Nothing wrong with that. Combine that with the short attention span of people in the market, it creates a pretty big problem. It reminds me of 2017 when you would see all these new cryptocurrencies popping up every day. And of course, we all know what happened in 2018. Next issue I see is no new entrants. So OpenSea, I think last reported around 1.5 million users. It hasn't really grown since then. In fact, active users or active traders has gone down significantly too. That's one basic metric I like to keep looking at. If you trade crypto, I think that's also an important metric to look at when active traders or volume goes down. Okay. The last issue I'd like to talk about today is sort of macroeconomic concerns. So we happen to be in a pretty rough time. The war in Ukraine is still going on. Countries are stuck in COVID restrictions. Supply chains are hindered. Inflation is at all-time high. Interest rates just got hiked. So when I started making the presentation slide, I think Bitcoin was at $35,000. Within 2 weeks, I had to change it to $20,000 now. Crazy, huh? So things don't look good. And when things don't look good, the high-risk assets tend to go down first. NFTs are no exception. Now, I'm sure you didn't come here to just hear all this doomsday talk. So let's move on to some positivity, maybe how we can try to navigate, maybe try to make some money in this business. So making money with NFTs. Let's get to the good stuff. How do we do this? It's crazy to me that in the past year there are people out there who have become professional NFT traders, people who've made a full-time living just trading these JPEGs, right? So how do they do this? I've spoken with a lot of these experienced traders, and here are some general tips. Don't take this as financial advice. Don't go taking out loans to buy JPEGs, please. So first thing, mint early. Sounds obvious enough, but when you find projects early, before others do, the mint price tends to be lower. You get in early, and hopefully you're above, the price is above when you get to sell, right? Keep an eye out for projects that haven't launched yet. There's a lot of content out there, but if you do some digging, there's always great projects and great creators out there that can you not only do good things, but you can also hopefully make some profits out of it too. Next tip: take profits post reveal. So if you don't know, most NFTs have a minting period where you buy them, and then they reveal the art usually a few days later. We've come to notice that prices usually drop after reveals. My theory with this is that after the art has been revealed, the thrill of or gambling aspect where you don't know what you're going to get sort of disappears. People get disappointed, and that's typically when the sell-off happens. If you happen to mint a rare or get lucky and mint a rare NFT, then that's typically the time to take profits too. You can make many multiples doing it that way. Next tip, avoid the middle. Now, what does that mean? A lot of great NFT traders I know, what they do is they follow the rule of avoiding the middle and buying the top or the floor. If we disregard the art and look at it purely from an investment point of view, you're usually better off buying the cheapest NFTs. That way, if the entire collection goes up, you make money. Or if you look for the rarest NFTs, those typically go for the highest multiples. I'm going to skip this one, actually. Okay, last one, and probably the most important one. I think have fun with it. You know, I've been in crypto trading as an investor, as a consultant for a long time, and NFTs it's been a breath of fresh air for me because hey, what we're dealing with here is art. We're not just dealing with numbers on a screen anymore or charts, right? There's a lot of fun to it, and you can see it in the communities on social media. So, an important tip: have fun with it. The best trades I've ever made with NFTs have always been the ones where I truly love the art. So I think let's try to remember that and not just focus on the money, you know. Okay, let's talk a bit about tomorrow. Let me just check if I'm good on time. Okay, a bit about tomorrow. So, firstly, sure, we're in a rough market right now, but don't worry, I think the market will survive this bearish time, and when it does come back, it'll come back bigger. Very similar to crypto. If you're around in 2018 or 19, it was probably pretty bad times. You didn't know if this industry was going to last. But hey, in 2020 and 2021, things came back maybe at least 10 times bigger. So I think NFTs will be the same. Okay, next. This is probably something people don't want to hear, but I think the days of 100x's are over. Don't count on landing the next Bored Ape because I don't think there is a next Bored Ape. Just like there will be very few next Bitcoins or Ethereums. Not every win needs to be an 18,000, 20,000% win. 20 to 100% is perfectly fine. If that's not enough for you, maybe try playing the lottery. Okay, next, what I think we'll see is more options. So right now, OpenSea, for example, dominates the NFT exchange space, much like Binance did in 2017 with crypto. But as time passes, I think we'll see an influx of a lot more exchanges, services, platforms, and analytical tools too. Competition and growth in this business will spawn more builders, and in a year or two, I think we'll see better user experiences, far more data we can analyze, B2B companies that service this NFT business, and a lot more. Hey, if things get crazy, maybe we'll even have the ability to short NFTs. Who knows? And next is other mediums. So we started off with PFP or profile picture NFTs, like the last speaker mentioned too. But I think there will be a lot more mediums in art, VR, music, gaming, identity, medical records, and a lot more. I already see a lot of creators at this conference doing a lot of cutting edge stuff. So I think if you thought that apes, dogs, or cats was the end of the bull run, I think again. We're going to see a lot more moving forward, and it's a pretty exciting time. I think I'm a little short on time, so I'm just going to skip to the end. Okay, I'll just end with this. So thank you, and this sums up my talk on NFT investing. I hope you learned a little bit of something. I know I don't have too much time. I'd love to talk with you guys more if you guys want to find me off stage. I want to leave you guys with a little plug for my own NFT project. It's called Astro Baby Club. What we're doing is it's a generative art project. We support children's charities, and we also support creators. Yeah, so just want to leave you guys with that. Looking forward to meeting all of you guys, and hey, have a great rest of the week in New York. Thank you all.
Thank you, David.